Babies too. So that's okay. Forget it. So there you go. That's done. Now you got it done. And then you shoot the screen. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'll use the last call. And then ask people what they want. So I think it's good enough. Sorry, you're running late. So sorry, I had to get you out today. All right, Jake. Who was helping with the game again? All right, everybody. We're gonna do game time. Yes. We'll see how it goes. If it's rough and tough.
Ryan, what are you doing up here, bud?
He's gonna stay with us tonight.
Junior higher?
Yes, we're going to.
You excelling in school? You're very smart for your age.
All right, snack bar people. What'd you say?
Anglo's ad when I was playing that was like,
Oh, you know. I know that everybody's position wrong. You will? Is it good? You'll find a spot.
so I was
Right?
I was like, I'm gonna wrestle. I was like, came out, pointed at the
Okay.
TV.
So you're messing up your neck.
Oh, the baby's so
Just at the.
All right, everybody, come on over. Everyone at the snack bar, come on over. Game time. Game time. Game time. Game time.
Go game. Look at the baby. She was born this morning. That's very exciting.
I
Welcome
should
to
announce that.
Cuneo.
Okay, there is the little baby Cuneo Jan on the wall. If anybody wants to look, before we get started.
Look now. Look now.
Okay, so we're gonna actually have a junior high game tonight. Explain the rules for us. Here we go.
So the game's called Zorb. So there's one person in the middle called the Zorb Master, and what they have to do is point at someone and say Zorb, and everyone's in a circle around the Zorb Master. The person that the Zorb Master points to and says Zorb, the person has to duck down, and then the two people next to that person have to look at each other and say Zorb first. And the last person to say Zorb has to sit down and they're out.
I will watch you guys do it.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I can see that.
No.
Okay.
Just make a circle and then have
So
the
should
You want to do a mock? You want to mock one up real quick so everyone can see?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
I'll-
X?
me and Sean will both do it with you. I didn't catch
You
everything.
be the Zord Master. We'll do this. Okay.
Wait, well, why don't we mock it up like we're actually playing the game?
That's what I'm gonna say. He's the
Oh, okay.
Zord Master in the middle, but we need to go this way maybe so that everybody
So why
can
don't
see
you
us.
guys sit down like you're actually playing the game?
We're all in a circle around him.
Oh, I see.
instead.
We're supposed to be in a circle. Okay.
Mhm.
yeah,
I am
yeah,
playing the
yeah,
game.
person
we've
that
seen that,
I
yeah.
point to
Nice.
has
All
to
right.
Right.
down.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do this.
So I would go Zorb, and then you would duck down, and you
Yeah.
two would face each other,
Okay.
And I have to say Zorb before he said Zorb.
and he has to do the same for you.
Okay. And if I say Zorb first,
He's down.
then you have to duck and I'm still up.
Yeah,
But once you're duck, you're down and out.
Okay.
Does that make sense,
That's
everybody?
I get to stand back up.
All right.
So it's kind of like a face off. So as soon as you say
Yes.
yes, and then me and him would.
As soon as I'm like out of your way,
Uh,
duel.
okay, and then but we say Zorb.
Zorb. Yeah.
Is there like a first point and say Zorb?
No, you just have only the Zorb has to. And then
Because it's to start
Oh,
with
so
the,
whoever-
You want to do this though, right? Because you're like dueling.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but so you're gonna point at one of us, and the first person who
The
says
Western
Zorb.
style is
so the person that pointed at goes down, and then the two people next to that person look at each other and say Zorb first.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And the
Really,
Western
the
the Western version is called Bang.
Oh, I get it because there's more people.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there would be
Okay.
an entire circle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does everybody understand
Does
that?
that make sense?
Okay, I'm probably the only one who doesn't, so it's good that I got instruction.
Come on in. Let's play Zord.
It'll probably be better than Caleb's Tracy contraption.
Oh, yes,
I'm sure.
yes.
That would be so much fun. Come on.
Oh, I saw
Yeah, we gotta do this. Okay.
We're just gonna let him stand there for a
So
minute.
just stand there. Just stand there. Just be a part of the group. Just be a part of the group. I do want you to be a
I'm
part of
tired
the group.
too. I got up at 5.
Are you guys not playing?
then you bend down. Like if he says
Come on.
to
We're playing Zorb, guys.
Playing
Everybody's
Zorb.
all like,
to one of the first two, then you
Oh,
have
was
to
it?
bend
I'm
down.
going
So
other people went
All right, I
there.
have a feeling you're going to
Bring it in.
So,
Almost look like
okay, on the count of 3, we're gonna start the game.
We're
1,
starting now.
2, 3.
Great.
Ready for the Zorb.
I knew I was gonna
Okay.
Right. I got this.
Okay, and then
But
you
you
stand
back up.
back
You
up.
stand back up.
Yes. And then he's out forever. Right?
For this round.
That's all.
The rest of the show.
He didn't die.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, did not
He needs
That
to
means
do that.
both of them are out.
Oh, okay.
So they don't
Oh, because he didn't die. Okay.
I don't even know what's
But don't
happening.
be out, just like stay here. He's ready to play more than one round. So just like hang out right there and be out. Wait, hang out right there and be out. Don't leave the circle.
Okay, so do you want
You
me
can
to
be
back
out. You can be out. You can be
Yeah.
out. Stay where you're at. Sit down. No, like in the circle.
Great.
No, really, come back in. Thanks.
Zorb.
Zorb.
Oh!
Oh!
Down,
He's
down.
on it.
It's hard for me to understand how I can do it.
Zorb. Oh.
Did you go back up?
Yeah. You're out.
They'll get it. It was
Just
just a
watch.
rush. They'll get it.
Watch.
It's
Watch
good.
it.
I like it.
Zorb. Zorb.
What?
Wait, Noah's down. You're down, right? But he's, Noah, you're down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I
Oh, yeah,
think,
you're
too.
down. Because I tried to jump. Because
I know what
honestly,
you're thinking.
you raised like whack-a-mole. Zorb.
Oh!
I like
Zorb.
this game.
Oh.
Oh, you
Wow.
win.
Wow.
Nice. Good job.
Because they losers together.
Hey.
Zorb.
Yours for now.
You're crushing people.
I got the game. Zorb.
Oh,
Now
I
you
don't
total
know.
tie. I don't know.
I guess no one's up then.
Okay.
No.
Because I think if we had bullets, we both would have been dead.
I pointed to you.
No,
So he would have to
you
say
put it
Zorb.
You got it done.
He did done.
Yeah.
So who's dead? So am I out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Kate, you're back up.
Yeah, your chair.
Let's see.
Zorb. I got it. You're down. That was me. I'm Zorb.
Oh.
Bye,
Go down now.
Zorb.
Zorb.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, so it was her.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still win.
It was her.
You just win.
This game.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Believe in
Four of
yourself.
us left.
Okay, so
Yeah.
whoever wins next is just
Hey,
gonna
pay attention.
Okay, so there's
Yes.
Good. I'm
Oh,
trying.
Zorb. I'm out.
Oh.
She totally got me.
I don't know. It's like whoever.
Zorb. Oh,
winners still
Winner.
sing.
I like it.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
Wow.
All right. I think we'll do one more. We'll do one more game. We're gonna
It's
do the
pretty
name
fast.
game. Yeah, we'll do the name game.
Oh, name game is hard.
No.
I'll get the
Oh,
name game.
that's hard. Oh, I like it. I feel like the first game. Everybody. The best Chloe of like Chloe. Chloe. And it's not right next to her, so it's out like 10 times. And then the gingerbread boys were brutal. Like, pointed out like, wow. Can we play
Okay, so has anybody played the name game before?
It's I just remember the part.
Okay.
Next week.
So this game's very easy, but it's also pretty fun.
I don't, because I haven't been able to
Okay.
recycle.
Okay, so listen, if you guys haven't played the name game before, this is how it works. I'm gonna say my name, then I'm gonna say somebody else's and sits down. And then they have to say their name and somebody else's. And if Allie gets to you first and she hits you with that noodle before you get out the second name, then you're up. You're the one that's gotta be hitting people, okay? It's pretty simple.
Oh, there you go. You want to hit somebody, just be kind.
Yes.
And don't.
Okay, so Jamie.
I don't know anyone's name. Perfect. You're gonna get nailed.
Okay, hey, so Katie, another thing is that I didn't explain is you can't say my name right back. So if I say Jamie Caden, he can't say Caden Jamie. So he would have to say somebody else, and he doesn't know anybody's name. So I'll tell you that's Andrew right there. So you keep it in your mind, and Jeremiah's right beside you. So keep it in your mind. You got Gio over there too. Okay.
And Jaden. Call
Oh, there's two
Jaden.
Christians.
Yes.
Fun.
Except for I'm the better one.
Okay. So okay, wait. I'm gonna deem something. Okay. Christian 1, Christian 2.
Nice.
All
Those
right.
two
Alright,
ones
what
be
Natalie?
first and bragging.
Okay. All right. So Jamie, Natalie. You're up, Natalie. Okay. That's okay.
What am I doing?
Okay, so you're gonna hit. She's gonna say her name and somebody else's. You're gonna hit whoever that is before they can say somebody else, their name and somebody else's. Okay, so now you gotta.
Natalie, Jaden's the one laying on the couch.
Wow,
You
Jaden.
gotta get
Oh,
that
you're good. No, it really does. It really does. Okay, so Natalie, now say your name and somebody else.
But you can't sit down and say it.
Sit down yet.
Someone else's.
Don't sit down yet.
It does, it really does.
Oh, but there's two official answer names.
Yeah, so you can say Andrew 1. Where's the two Andrews? Where's the two?
Andrew's back there and Andrew's over there.
Andrew,
Oh, yeah.
Andrew's not playing, he's too far back there, so we just.
How are you doing
Say one of their names. So Natalie, okay. She said Andrew.
Andrew, say your name.
Let's go for Andrew. Go for Andrew.
Yeah. No, behind you.
Andrew.
Oh, you can't do it right now.
Jaden, you're not even trying.
I thought you hated this.
So Jaden, somebody else. Jaden. That's a rule. That's a legitimate rule.
Now I know.
Jaden, come here. Get ready to hit Ezra. Like, be ready to touch him. Yeah?
Just hit Andrew.
Get
Get ready, Ezra, get ready.
Oh, yeah.
Ezra!
Hey, I can jump
I got it. No, you got it.
You need to say one.
All right, that's all right, say your name and somebody else's, Jaden, before you sit down.
Jaden and Sean.
New York,
Go
get
on,
him.
Autumn.
Andrew.
That's
Hey,
okay.
Andrew here. Andrew too. Sorry. Oh, Andrew Wyatt.
So,
Honestly, you don't have to stand up.
okay,
I feel like I have
Jamie,
to.
Audrey. Okay, Christian 1, over here. Oh, he got it.
You
said
got
why
it. Hey,
Andrew?
Andrew, no.
Hey, okay, he's back up. He's back up. So, no, sit down.
Say your name and somebody else's.
No, it isn't.
You don't
Hit me.
He's gonna name someone like across the room. Go ahead, name Sean.
If you need somebody to
Come on, Andrew.
Andrew Giovanni.
Giovanni Connor.
Yes.
Yes, I got it.
Hey, Connor.
Where's Connor?
Wait.
You.
Giovanni Connor. No, I meant question. Giovanni question.
Say
Number one.
I got it.
Which one was it? What's your name?
But I
Christian Allison. No.
You have to say Alice.
You, babe.
Who?
I think he's right.
No, you say right.
Who? Yes.
Okay.
Who?
Jamie, that's me.
Nice job.
Me.
Jamie.
Yes.
Jamie, the one we're pointing to.
Jamie Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, Audrey.
Giovanni, hurry. Say your
Giovanni,
name.
no.
Somebody else is really working.
Yeah, just mine.
Too late.
All right, that's game. That's game. That's
No,
game.
no, I can hear you.
That's game.
Let me eat someone. Can I get you?
You know, next time you do that, I should have everybody say their name. Okay, go get somebody. Go get your mom. Go get it. Go get her. Wow. There we go.
All right, hit. Go ahead. Diane, go for it. All right, hit my husband. This is Sean. Get him. He's been dying to hit. Are you done? Oh! Do it again. No, we grabbed it. What? It might be like he did it. Are you serious? No.
Oh, he is?
Come on.
Yeah, I just have it. We'll talk about it. Yeah. No, prayer is pretty big. You don't really have to. If I'm praying for you, intercessor-wise, you don't really have to do anything.
What you do?
So to say that it doesn't work is fine.
You don't have to do anything else, but if you don't, and you think I know? You know who I'm made of fire. I'm a dragon. I'm a dragon.
You're not a human.
All right, everybody.
I used to actually go. I just remember.
Sorry, guys. See, this is what happens when Daniel's not here. We're not the most organized, are we? He's more organized than we think. Okay. Okie dokie. So, how was your guys', I hear it's your first day at school. Is that true? Tomorrow? So some people yes, some people no.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited for school?
Yeah.
Some people are, some people no. All right. You want to start junior high? I remember you from last year. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to pray and then we're going to get started. Okay, you ready, my leaders? Ezra, Joey, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you, man. How you doing? All right.
I didn't get one. You were doing something. I can't tackle it.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, now we are.
All right. Okay, Lord, thank you for this time. I pray right now in our time of worship, Lord, that you prepare our hearts, that this time would be pleasing to you, Lord. Thank you that you're raising up Jeremiah. Thank you that he wants to teach your word tonight. I pray that you'd speak through him. I pray that you would really speak to our hearts and our minds tonight. And we thank you for Jesus and his love for us. We thank you that we can have a relationship with you, Lord. I pray that that would become reality in every person's life here. And that you could even start in junior high, Lord. I know I started really thinking about you when I was first in junior high, and I started to really think about what you were supposed to mean to me and what you're supposed to be to me. And I pray that you would do that with everyone here. You really do care about us, Lord. We may not think very much about spiritual things, and we may not think that we're very significant, but every person in here, Lord, you died for each and every one of us. And you say in your word that one day when we come to heaven, you're going to have open arms and you're going to be waiting for us. It's really hard to fathom because we know who we are. We know that we think bad thoughts. We know that we fall short all the time. But Jesus really did just wipe away all of that sin, Lord. And now we're kings and princes in your new kingdom. So I pray that you could help us to remember that. And you help us to all know in our hearts and minds that that's a true reality, Lord, that someday we're going to be with you forever, and you have a plan and a purpose for us that we couldn't even imagine or dream of, because we don't understand things that are spirit, Lord. But I appreciate that you've done that for us. And so I pray that we could worship in spirit and in truth now. And I pray that this song offering, Lord, I pray that it would be an offering to you. We thank you so much for the perfect offering that you gave us so we could worship you, Jesus. Lord. In his name I pray these things. Amen. The sun cannot compare to the glory of your love. There is no shadow in your presence. No mortal man would dare to stand before your throne, before the Holy One of heaven. 'Cause it's only by your blood, and it's only through your mercy, Lord, I come. I bring an offering of worship to my King. No one on earth deserves the praises that I sing. Jesus, may you receive the honor that you're due. Oh Lord, I bring an offering to you. The sun cannot compare. The sun cannot compare to the glory of your love. There is no shadow in your presence. No mortal man would dare stand before your throne, before the Holy One of heaven. 'Cause it's only by your blood, and it's only through your mercy, Lord, I come. I bring an offering of worship to my King. No one on earth deserves the praises that I sing. Jesus, may you receive the honor that you're due. Oh Lord, I bring an offering to you. I bring an offering of worship to my King. No one on earth deserves the praises that I sing. Jesus, may you receive the honor that you're due. Oh Lord, I bring an offering to you. I bring an offering to you. If you're not already, could you guys stand with me for the last song? We're going to sing, You Are the Light That Shines. You are the light that shines in the dark for all to see. You are the love that takes. You are the love that takes a broken heart and set it free. Listen, come to me, come to me. Come to me. We're gonna sing, You Are the Light That Shines. You are the light that shines in the dark for all to see. You are the love that takes. You are the love that saves a broken heart and sets it free. Come to me. Come to me. We're gonna sing from all the pain. From all the pain this world can bring, all of the lies we have believed. Yours is the voice, yours is the voice that's calling now. Come to me. Come to me. Sing, come to me. 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 Lord, I thank you once again for this time of worship, and pray once again that you would help Jeremiah speak to our hearts now. Thank you for this time. Thank you for your word. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, you guys, we're having Jeremiah speak tonight, so it should be awesome. Do you need us to do anything, Jeremiah, to get set for it? Yeah, you can. You guys can clap for him. Yeah, sure. It's his first time teaching. You guys are lucky or unlucky. I'm just kidding. I'm totally
Wrong
kidding.
bucket,
It's a
wrong
joke.
bucket, wrong
It's a
bucket.
joke.
Wrong bucket.
Put it sideways.
Do you want a microphone, Jeremiah?
No. No, he does not.
Well, no microphone, please.
Jeremiah, do we need Bibles?
No.
Okay.
Has anyone made the big announcement yet, by the way?
Not
The
really.
baby's born.
I
She was on
kind
the
of did
screen
before the
for
game, but everything was distracted.
the whole
No
game
one's
and
actually
everything.
said it.
Yeah, we said it. Say it. Tell us.
Except
So
the
you guys
screen
may have
has
noticed
one
there was a
of
baby on the screen for like a
Baby
half hour.
Just
So,
I haven't seen
anyone have any guesses as to whose baby that was?
Baby Kenya.
Definitely me.
No, it totally wasn't their baby.
It was yours.
Of course it was their baby.
It wasn't my baby. It was just me.
No, it wasn't you. Like I said, no.
What's
No,
your name,
I'm just
Jeremiah?
I actually haven't seen it yet. I'm the only one in this room that hasn't. You were ready for that.
Jeremiah. There she is.
You're really
Look
good.
at Man, you got
Anyways, this is Jane Evelyn Cunha.
Hi guys, listen up, listen up.
But we gotta see. Okay. About me.
Baby. Baby. Baby.
Ah, no, get the
Okay, so
Okay, everybody, I want everybody to listen up, okay?
tonight we are talking about depression.
Yeah.
Well done, Elijah. I was hoping somebody would do
He's the one with an imaginary girl.
that. Joey. Okay,
I wonder
so
why he's depressed.
what is depression? Anyone want to take a guess? Audrey. Wyatt. And how about you, Christian?
Okay, listen up, guys.
Okay, that's a good one. So the Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines depression as simply a state of feeling sad, but that doesn't really cover it, in my opinion. So does anyone here know the difference between joy and happiness?
Happy means I feel like
Ezra.
I will explain in facts. Happiness is like joy is like
Okay. Autumn.
Happiness is dependent upon your circumstances and choice and joy is more of like an intention that you make, like you choose to be joyful. It's a choice that you make. Happiness, I believe, is circumstantial.
Okay, that's good. So another big difference between joy and happiness is that happiness doesn't last, but joy does. And so the difference between sadness and depression is somewhat similar. That sadness doesn't, like, it's not a lasting emotion, but depression is a sadness that lasts. The New Oxford American Dictionary, I like their definition a little bit better. Does someone want to read that? Go ahead. Oh, you were just stretching. Okay. Ezra.
severe despondency and dejection, typically felt over a period of time and accompanied by feelings of hopelessness and inadequacy.
Fabulous. That was a remarkable dramatic reading of the document. All right, so now we are going to go in a completely different direction. So, guess what? I'm not good at this, okay? This is not my forte, standing up in front of a bunch of people.
Oh, so how about you?
So, I decided to do something a little different and do something that I am good at. Some of you might know I'm a writer. Does anyone know that?
No,
I know that you wrote a thing
All I know is that you almost have
Yeah, you wrote
Thank you.
Oh, can you write down?
Anyways,
very manly.
yes, I write books. I do. Anyways, so I decided to do something a little interesting. We're going to write a story right now. So, just to introduce you a little bit to some of the concepts of a story. How does there it is. Okay, so this is a diagram called Freytag's Pyramid. It's a basically just a structure, an outline of a story, and the different parts of it. So exposition, that'll be where you introduce your main characters, you start to develop them, you just regular, normal, everyday life for your characters. Then right here, there's a point called the inciting event, and that'll be the spot where something happens that starts your story off. Then there'll be the rising action, where there's events going on, things happening that the bad guy is doing whatever the bad guy does, etc., etc., and things are getting more and more heated. Then you come to the climax, which is the moment of truth, the spot where everything is on the line, and basically your character makes the defining decision. And the story then begins to turn around, and we move into falling action, where things start to, I guess, how would I put it?
Snowball?
Yes, snowball. Good idea. So things they start going faster and faster, and things start getting resolved. Some things just go crazy, like, you know what, Elijah, give me a popular movie.
Teen Titans. That's not a movie.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. The New
Fantastic.
Hope.
Which one?
A New Hope. The very-
All right.
A New Hope.
A New Hope. Okay, so exposition. That all takes place on Tatooine, where Luke is there and he's, wandering around in the desert, and he finds the droids, and he goes and he meets Obi-Wan. He starts to get to be a developed character. Then, yes, it was a terrible description of Star Wars.
No, I'm helping you. That's the right
Oh.
action. I'm helping
Okay,
you. That's
yes.
the climax.
Okay, rising action. So, Luke begins to be trained as a Jedi, and some things happen. He starts.
Meets Han Solo.
Yes, he meets Han Solo. Good one. So he meets Han Solo. They end up on the
Death Star.
Death Star. Yes, and finally the climax when the
Darth Vader.
X-wings. No, not the X-wings. The
Oh, yeah, Darth Vader
TIE
kills
fighters.
Obi-Wan.
TIE fighters
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
attack the Death
Okay,
Star,
no, you're right.
and it blows up. And then
No, it's not the climax. That's the climax right there.
Anyway, so then we start to move into falling action. Things just kind
The
of
Death Star blows up.
the Death Star blows up. That's really the climax.
Yeah.
But anyways, so
No.
No, it is because on the dark side you're actually allowed to love someone, and that's why they train Jedi's and take them away from their mothers when they're little.
Oh my goodness.
That's why.
No, it's drunk.
anyways, this is not a discussion of guys,
Guys,
We're gonna let Jeremiah get back to it.
okay, so falling action, things all get resolved. Finally, we've got this little point here. It's a pretty insignificant point, but it's called the resolution. Basically, it's when things are all resolved, everything is fine and dandy, the character goes back to normal life, except that usually things are pretty different. Like, for instance, Luke he's a Jedi, and he's chasing after Darth Vader, and he just blew up the Death Star. That kind of changes things when you're from being like a little kid on Tatooine, finding droids and having your aunt and uncle blow up. Anyways, then there's the denouement, which is just going to be the end of the story, when you kind of reflect on what has happened, and you move on to the sequel. Except that, what is the sequel? It's been so long since I've seen Star Wars. The Empire Strikes Back.
Jedi.
That one's a much better example.
Good. Okay. So, moving on. This is going to be the protagonist of our story. Who wants to name our protagonist?
Ezra.
Can I do it?
Billy Boy Job Kebab.
Can I do it, please? Please,
Fine, Jamie.
Jerry Seinfeld.
He's a bee. Baseline drops.
Go ahead, Wyatt.
Yes.
Bob?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right, Bob. This is our protagonist, Bob. So,
Bob.
Bob is our protagonist. Also, you may have noticed I titled the story A Tale of Depression by Calvary Chapel Chico Junior High. And that slide is out of order. Oh wait, no, it isn't. Alright, so our protagonist is having a fine and dandy life. Let's say he lives right here in Chico, California. In fact, let's just say he goes to this church. Boom.
Oh man. Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Bob's in church.
Okay, Bob is your age. He's actually just started coming to the junior high here. So, these are Bob's friends, our secondary characters. Who wants to name them?
Philippe.
Larry, Mo,
You.
and Charlie.
Obama.
Yes. Alright, this is Barack Obama.
Not
And the front of the butt. No political affiliation. Okay.
Okay,
Hey, me. Marie.
go ahead.
Thank you. No, please. One request. Philip.
Andre.
What?
Philip, that is a fantastic name. This is Philip.
Philippe instead. Give him a ghetto name.
Philippe. I like Philippe. Andrew.
Listen.
Best name.
If you want that, like,
Alan.
no,
Alan. Okay.
No.
So,
No. I know. Okay, thank you. If you want that one depressed kid, then you need to have someone who's like seen some stuff. So you need to have someone to listen to Hood that has a ghetto name.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
no, request.
I'm not going to remember that name, so Giovanni, go ahead.
No way. I remember from Star Wars movies that his name is like remember Darth Vader. That's not his name, but I just actually
Anakin.
like Luke, Luke's father.
Anakin. Okay, this is Anakin.
Yeah. And the
So-
second one is Luke.
And then the third one is
Anakin and Bob have been friends for ages. They've been friends since they were kids, like babies. Anyways, so they're pretty close. So, but they're very different in their own ways.
Jeremiah's from the top.
This is Philippe. This is Philippe, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is Philippe. Philippe is Bob's neighbor. And Philippe is a little bit younger than Bob, but that's cool, you know? And so they hang out like almost every day. They're really great friends. And then this is, what was his name? Alan?
What? They're renamed him. What?
He'll be Alan Requise. Alan Requise.
They can't keep their street rep.
Okay, Alan Requise. He is another friend of Bob's, and I can't think of a unique description for him, so we're going to move on.
Okay.
He's 21.
Anyways, so, wait a minute. So, Bob, he's having a dandy old life. He's having a great time.
Guys.
But then, so we've just gotten our exposition, that first line there. Now, we're going to move on to our inciting events. Guess what? Sometimes there's multiple inciting events. In this case, there's going to be.
Request shows up.
So, guess what? Bob's grandma dies.
Oh.
Request dresses up in a wig and a fat suit like that one movie, and then acts like a grandma until they actually find out and bring it back, and they find a naked man.
Sorry, that's the wrong story. Okay, so Bob's grandma dies. Then guess what? Some conflict starts to rise in Bob's family. His sister and his parents don't get along. Then guess what? We've got a third inciting event. Poor Bob. Bob has to leave all of his lovely friends and move down to, he's moving from our lovely hometown of Chico,
To
California,
LA where we queasy.
to good old San Diego. Ah, poor Bob. So guess what? Bob is sad.
Aww.
Until he
He's also talking
Like squishy jello.
until he
And Bob begins to get depressed.
Guys,
You guys, quiet down.
You know what, Andrew, go sit by Caitlin. Go sit by Caitlin.
Right here. I'm the one going with it.
Yeah.
So Bob begins to get depressed. Poor Bob. Anyways, so yeah, poor Bob. He is really, really sad.
Oh, wait, are you sure he's that depressed? Or that sad?
Yes, he is.
He's the author.
Unfortunately, yes,
So
he is.
wait, does it go like this? He tries to kill himself, but then some
No.
woman that walks up
No.
and says that he
No.
shouldn't and does it.
No.
And then basically he
No.
fights.
No, it doesn't go that way.
No
It
violence.
doesn't. Anyways, so
We're gonna find out how it goes. You guys, please be quiet. It's Jeremiah's turn to talk right now. Everyone.
So, Bob is really sad, and honestly, things aren't getting better. He feels really alone down there in San Diego, and he doesn't have any friends. And not to mention, the conflict between his sister and his parents is only getting worse. But, anyways, poor Bob. Can we all just have a moment of silence for poor Bob? Okay, moment is over.
No.
Okay, so Bob is sad. Guess what? Bob's about to find some friends. You can be happy for Bob. So Bob, desperate to find friends, joins an online forum for his favorite TV show. What's Bob's favorite TV show?
Recrease Central.
Oh.
Andrew.
Doctor Who.
No.
Yes!
No.
Bob's favorite TV show is Doctor Who. Thank you, Andrew.
It's Dr.
Okay.
Pepper.
It's a movie, not a TV show. Oh, is it?
Oh.
Technically, it's both. Anyways, so on that lovely forum, Bob meets a lot of really, really great people, and he makes a lot of friends. And he makes one friend in particular.
Oh.
Anyways, so Bob meets a girl.
That's not good.
Excuse me, what?
Okay, Tyree.
Is her name
Tyree.
What is the girl's name?
Shaniqua.
Audrey.
Fine, her name is Audrey. Okay, this is Audrey, okay?
Hey, I don't
And guess
like
what?
it.
What's up with all these names?
Audrey is depressed too.
Oh,
no.
It's the same thing.
But then they find out that she lives in Russia.
Okay, so Bob and Audrey begin to talk about their depression with each other, and they become really good friends about it, and they talk almost nonstop. They talk about all kinds of things, life and death, and joy and sorrow, and pain and healing, and despair and hope. And guess what? They do find hope. And it's, even though you might think it's in each other and in the friendship that they built, it's not. They realize that that hope is found in the person who brought them together. And that person is Jesus.
Or the guy who made the
No,
internet.
it's Jesus.
Wouldn't it be God?
Nope.
Because
He's the
honestly,
director of Doctor Who.
this is unlikely. Okay? It's unlikely that you go on the internet and you find your best friend who happens to also be depressed and understand everything that you're going through. So guess what? Bob begins to feel happy again. And things start to get better. Bob even gets to move back to Chico. Happy Bob.
That emoji,
Except that she's on the
that
internet.
emoji looks like a Jello shaped.
Anyways.
With
Oh, I forgot to keep outlining our story here.
Nice. Yes.
That bit with the different faces, that was our rising action. And then our climax was when Bob was really, really sad. And then our falling action just happened. And guess what? We're going to end there.
What?
There's no conclusion?
No.
No, there isn't.
You have failed storytelling.
No.
Or have you? No. Oh, wait, okay.
And then that girl
Because guess what? I don't know how the story ends.
Yes.
I don't know how the story ends.
I don't know how the story ends.
No, I don't.
How come?
Because it's still being written.
By you?
No?
Oh! I got
Wait,
it!
who's writing the story?
I got it!
Got it.
Who's writing the story?
Yeah. Because it's my story.
Yeah.
You're Bob?
Mic drop.
Oh,
Wait. She exists.
Okay, so guess what? This is the end of our story right now. It's not actually the end of the story because the story is still being written. But
It's about you.
Okay.
Guess what?
Okay.
the story keeps going. And now we're going to go back to normal slideshow.
Okay.
Oh!
So, back to our definition of depression. A severe despondency and dejection typically felt over a period of time and accompanied by feelings of hopelessness and inadequacy. And I did not read that nearly as well as Ezra did.
Can I do it again?
No. And I forget what the next thing is. Oh yeah, it's the thing that Daniel had last year that I really liked too. Who wants to read that? Ezra, you already read once. Joey.
I was stretching.
Of course
No,
you are.
you were pointing.
That is
I was stretching my finger.
Yeah, Allie, why don't you read it?
Okay. I can't see the. Okay, I can see. Depression is a state of low mood and aversion to activities that can affect a person's thoughts, behavior, feelings, and sense of well-being. People with depressed mood can feel sad, anxious, empty, hopeless, helpless, worthless, guilty, irritable, ashamed, or restless. They lose interest in activities that were once pleasurable, experience loss of appetite or overeating, have problems concentrating, remembering details, or making decisions, and may compensate, attempt or commit suicide, excessive sleeping, fatigue, aches, pain, digestive problems, or reduced energy may also be present.
Professor, reread it.
No, that should be great.
I got something.
Hold on.
Guess what? There's another thing to read, so you can read it.
Aww. No. I want to say my own thing.
Okay. What do you have to say?
Is someone pillow that you make out with and then you like crop?
Okay, we're done now.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, who wants to read this?
I do.
Natalie.
Depressed mood is a feature of some psychiatric symptoms such as major depressive disorder, but it may also be a normal reaction to life events such as bereavement, a symptom of some bodily ailments, or a side effect of some drugs and medical treatments.
All right, so depression is not always alone. Sometimes it's a symptom of something bigger, or like for instance a medical disease. But typically what people are referring to when they say depression is this. It's a mood, a lasting mood of sadness and anxiousness, hopelessness, helplessness, worthlessness, guilt, irritability, yes, so on and so forth. So, next slide. Who gets depressed? I heard the right answer.
It was Audrey.
Who said everyone?
Audrey.
Good job. Okay, so who wants to read this? Or I can read it. Andrew, go ahead.
Okay, those who are hurting due to feelings such as guilt, hopelessness,
Apathy.
apathy, worthlessness, and those who are suffering difficult life events such as loss of a loved one, conflict, divorce, sickness, or other major changes. Some are even depressed by certain diseases, and in some cases, there may not even be a specific root cause. Literally, everyone is, at some point in their lives, vulnerable to depression.
So guess what? Everyone experiences some of these things at some point in their life. I imagine some of you have already experienced some of these things, unfortunately, like the loss of a loved one, conflict, and all of these things really. And so everyone is at some point vulnerable to depression. And to be honest, most of you will encounter it at some point, whether you're depressed or you have a friend who's depressed. And so it's really, really important that you know about this. And so we're going to move on. So, wait. Christians get depressed too?
Whoa.
Yes, it does.
So wacky. John.
Yes, it does. Wait a minute. What were you saying then?
What?
I was depressed.
Hold on. I wasn't serious. I was leading up to it.
I know you were. All right, so Christians get depressed too. That's a thing. So, although we have the hope of Jesus, we are still vulnerable to discouragement and depression, just as we're vulnerable to other sicknesses. The Bible actually has several examples of Christians who are depressed. Anyone think you can guess one?
Samson.
Go ahead, Jamie.
David?
Samson.
Kevin the Donald?
Yep.
Job.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
All right. So yeah, there's some characters in the Bible that suffered from
Oh,
depression.
wait. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't actually have that one on this list, but it is true.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And do you want to repeat it,
Oh,
Jamie? Someone
Jesus.
asked.
Yes, God in the burning. Got depressed.
Okay, so yes, there are some characters in the Bible that got depressed. Some pretty minor characters, you've probably never heard of them. People like Jonah, Job, Elijah, David. You guys have never heard of David, right? King David,
No,
right? That guy who slayed the giant. Oh, Samson too. There were too many for the list.
Didn't King Solomon go into depression when he stopped following Jesus? That was right. That was next.
Solomon's the next line in your face.
Well done. Well done.
I predicted the future.
And I forget the last one, so we'll all be surprised. Paul.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, all of these people got depressed at some point in the Bible. I'll let you guys go and look later, but they all got depressed. It's true. So you're depressed. What do you do? Anyone got any ideas? Huh?
Pray to God.
Yes, that's a good one. Okay. Noah.
It's true, but
You can do that. I don't think it'll help.
Wait, is your question what do
Why?
you do or should?
Might be a temporary relief. Aha.
What if that someone died?
Can I read that?
You can read the verse in just a second.
I can read it.
Okay. So, number one, get help. Talk to someone you trust about how you feel. This might be your parents, a pastor, youth leader, counselor, or best friend. Seriously, this is the most important one on this list. Well, actually, no, it's not, but it's definitely one of the most important ones. Like, seriously, don't deal with it on your own. It's not a good idea. Okay? So the rest of these, they're all, except for the last one, they're all kind of general. They're every situation is unique, and that's why it's so important that you get someone that you trust that you can talk to. But these are all a few general steps that you can take. First, Ezra, why don't you read the verse?
Ecclesiastes 4:9-12. Two people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is diminished. Likewise, two people lying close together can keep each other warm. But how can one be warm alone? A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated. The two can stand back to back and conquer. They are even better for a three are even better for a triple braided cord. It's not.
What if two die and one died in your well said? Then you get the pro, so one is better off.
And one note I want to make before we move on. Honestly, the way that I did this was not the best way. I mean, it worked out really, really well for me, and I gained my best friend in the whole world. I still talk to her like every day. But the thing is, the chances of that happening were minuscule. I mean, minuscule. So I highly recommend that you talk to someone like one of these on this list. Your parents, a pastor, youth leader, counselor. Just someone that is there in front of you and that you know already and that you know you can trust.
That's again.
Who knows, it might work out.
That was awesome.
Okay, so number 2, consider the root cause of your depression. If it's something you can influence, work to change the situation. Guess what? This is probably on this list. This is the most iffy one because oftentimes it's not something you can influence. And in those cases, the last one comes into play a lot. So we'll come back to that. Number 3, find an activity or ministry that you're passionate about. Oftentimes, depression stems from a lack of meaning and purpose in life, and the joy of helping others can help to alleviate this. For me, that was writing. I wrote like every day, and it was something that I really, really enjoyed, and that it helped me get through a lot of stuff. And so, yeah, it's a great thing to find that, and it's also one of the reasons I ended up here, by the way. Because I love doing this, except that I don't love doing this up here. Can you tell?
No,
You're doing so good.
Really?
Doing great, bud.
Thanks, Ezra. Okay.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Number 4, remind yourself that things will get better. Because guess what? This is not an accurate depiction of life, okay? That is not how life goes, okay? It doesn't just go, oh, we're la-da-da-da-da, oh, things get bad, things get all better, and we move along. Life's a little bit more like this.
Worse than most.
Guess what? Life is oftentimes a series of ups and downs, and it doesn't always go, okay, one thing is bad, now it's better, now it's good, now it's bad. Sometimes it just goes up and down up here, and sometimes you might just be, sometimes it might be a little bit more like this, that it hangs in one spot for a while, or like this, or like this. So, guess what? When you're on the bottom, or I guess in this case on the top, since we're considering the top depression, so it doesn't really make sense. Let's just switch that around. So when you're down and depressed, remember that this is coming eventually, because everything changes in time. That is a guarantee.
plus adding on to that in the Bible, God actually says that He has a perfect plan for you, and with every bad thing that happens, it's going to lead to a good thing in the future. So even when you feel like something bad's happened, and they're still in God's will, they're still in God's plan, even when bad things happen, and it can only it will go up from there because God promised it will be.
Spoilers.
I'll let you.
You ruined church, Elijah. I'm sorry.
Basically, another way to say this is when things don't get better, don't lose hope, because they will. And number 5, pray, and then pray some more. Who wants to read the verse? Elijah.
Psalm 34, 17-18. The Lord hears His people when they call to Him for help. He rescues them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed.
And this was the last one that I was referring to when I was talking about number 2, that it's, when you can't change it, this is very helpful. But obviously, even if you can change it, pray. Because that's kind of the most important one on the list. And then this one. And I'm not going to rank them all. So, why does depression happen? Or rather, why does God allow us to get depressed? Guess what? He has a plan through all of it, like Elijah just said. And guess what? Depression can actually change things for the better in the end. I can tell you that I am very, very thankful that I went through depression, because it, quite honestly, made me, not only did it make me a better person, it brought me closer to God. I gained a best friend out of it. And so it's, at times, guess what? When you're depressed, it's going to be hard to remember this, because honestly, it doesn't feel like it's going to get it better, and it definitely doesn't feel like it's going to be a benefit. So this is a very important thing. I recommend that you write these verses down or something, because these are very, very helpful verses. I'll go ahead and read the first one. This is actually the verse I was named for, by the way. And it's also one of my favorites, so. Anyways, for I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans for good and not for disaster, to give you a future and a hope. And Jamie, why don't you take the next one?
And we know that, okay, I should get it's Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for the good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose.
And Callie, go ahead and read the last one.
Romans 5:24. We can rejoice to the words of callings of trials, for the men of God the darts develop strength of character, and the sheep is and it's not for nothing for the simple. For we don't have daily baptisms, because He has given us the Holy Spirit. That is what He said.
Alright, so if you're not depressed, first off, I'm very, very happy for you. Guess what? You probably know someone who's depressed. And so that's what the next slide is about. I want to talk to you about what you do when you have a friend that's depressed. And anyways, we'll just move on there. So you're not depressed. What do you do? Well, I have a little video here that will introduce the topic. And why didn't it play? No, I pushed the wrong button.
Because of the terrible stigma that's attached to depression, people are often very reluctant to come forward, admit it, and seek help because they're afraid. They tell one person, everyone will find out. And I'm afraid, sadly, that's often true, even in the church. The church is in such desperate need of people who simply can keep confidences. That when someone confides in them, they know it's not going to go any further than that one person. If you develop a reputation as someone who can keep confidences, you will attract a lot of people to you seeking help. The other side of that character is sympathy. So you want to be trustworthy, and you want to be sympathetic. A sympathetic person is someone who communicates. I'm listening, I understand, I'm concerned, and I want to help. If you can combine that in your person, in your character, trustworthiness and sympathy, you will be incredibly useful in the lives of suffering people.
Honestly, I don't know. He was in Daniel's videos from last year.
Some cool stuff.
Yeah, I love his accent, don't you?
I would say that
It was
Scottish.
It's Irish. Are you guys Irish? You know how long
I'm
it's
Scottish.
been with that accent?
Okay, sorry I said it. Let's get back to letting Jeremiah teach.
All right. Wait, what? We went back to. Oh, next. That was the next slide. Okay, we're not ready for that slide yet. But anyways, so if you know someone who's depressed, guess what? The first step that you can take, just be a good friend. Okay, just be loving and be considerate of them. Show them respect. Be a decent person, basically. And so the first thing you always want to do is be mindful that other people, your words affect other people. And so, I mean, sometimes, guess what? It's great if you're with your best friend and you just jokingly say, oh, something offensive, that you're, oh, you're stupid, like that. Say you say that to your best friend, and they totally get that it's a joke. That's fine, okay? But if people don't know that, that can hurt a lot, and it's not a good thing, because honestly, depression is highly linked to what other people think of you. And so if you're rude to someone, and if they hear people saying something that is derogatory about themselves, they'll only begin to think worse. They'll only begin to think worse about themselves, and that's never a good thing if you're already depressed. Anyways, and then what that guy was saying, keep confidences. If someone comes to you and they say, I'm depressed, can you help me? And wants to talk to you about it, don't go around spreading that to all your friends. Encourage them to tell their parents or someone else who can help more than you. Because, I mean, someone who's closer to the situation can help a lot more than a friend, but that is not to downgrade at all what a friend can do, okay? So you can be very useful, but encourage them to tell their parents. Don't tell their parents yourself, okay? Because then you'll only drive them away and make them feel worse, okay? So encourage them to talk to someone else, and if they don't want to talk to someone else, listen, because they want to talk to you. And so be a friend. And finally, be sympathetic. Try to understand what they're going through, and just really be a good friend. That's the rule here. Elijah?
Two things. Firstly, if you have trouble with any of those things, like some people are less sympathetic than others, God makes all different. You can always just pray to God at it, say, hey, this person needs my help. I need you to help me to say the right things to this person. I need you to help me be more sympathetic towards this person's life. That's probably the you can't go wrong. On the second one, Jay has something to say. But you can't say.
What?
Jay has something to say.
Oh.
He's been for quite a while.
I'm sorry.
Still friends with that person you met on that website.
Yes.
How long have you
Unfortunately,
guys
no.
been friends for?
Did you say I'm
Let's see, it would be 4 years now?
Every day.
pretty much. There's been gaps, of course, but anyways, yes, we're still friends. We still talk often. I talked to her yesterday.
Have you ever seen her in real life?
Unfortunately, no, not yet.
She lives in the country.
No. Yes,
City.
we're moving on. And also,
Ooh, answer it! It's my favorite thing. Should I answer it?
Oh, I want to do it. Can I start with Green Play? I want to help. I want to help.
Wait.
I told you you're supposed to not answer it because
Hi, this is your friend's youth leader at church. How are you tonight?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. Madam Resistance, madam.
Order me pizza, pepperoni.
She'll call you when she's done with service.
Right away, miss.
Lunch time is about 5 minutes. She'll be home probably by 9. She'll give you a call.
Right away, madam.
Come with her next week and we'll know why we're having such a good time, okay?
Great fun, madam.
Bye.
It's great.
Hey, gotta get pizza. She's selling pizza.
She's gonna.
She's a guy.
Kylie was like.
okay, so Natalie, you got something to add?
I just had one thing.
I don't know, but that's like my favorite thing to do. I love it.
I was in a business like when you want to test supplements like given to you. But I think you said something about just if they don't want to tell anyone, I think to respect that. But I think there are gonna be times, most likely in their life, when they have to make a decision of am I being told something that is like am I being told something that potentially like maybe I should tell someone even if they don't want to talk about it to me at all. Maybe I might have to make that decision myself if they don't want to because there are going to be times when you're going to have to make that comment on whether this is actually something that's a threat to them because
Yeah.
if the
If
person
someone's
is-
life is in danger, definitely tell someone. But
just because they want to keep it secret, it's like there are definitely people
but
that-
just
but then
be
again, always go
respectful.
back to
and always if you're gonna tell someone, pray about it first. Okay? Anyways, we're short on time, so I have some more verses here, but I don't think we have time to go over them, right, Jamie?
No, you can go over and tell people come.
Okay,
Is that the last slide?
yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Ezra,
Yeah,
please
do
take the stage with your wonderful, soothing voice.
Matthew 10:29-30.
What is the price of 2 sparrows? 1 copper coin? But not a single sparrow can fall to the ground without your Father knowing it. And the very hairs on your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are more valuable to God than a whole flock of sparrows.
Audrey, you want to read one?
Psalm 42:11. Why am I discouraged? Why is my heart so sad? I will put my hope in God. I will praise Him again, my Savior and my God.
Whichever one you like.
Isaiah 43:2. When you go through the waters, I will be with you. When you go through the rivers of the sea, you will not fear. When you walk through the fire of affliction, you will not be burned. The flames will not consume you.
Sorry, I keep on not seeing you.
The second to last.
Isaiah.
41:10. If you get too close, you won't be able to see through your shadow.
Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am God. Correction. For I am your God. Strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious hand. My right hand.
It works.
All right.
Whatever.
James.
My visible psychic hand.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares about you.
Andrew, did you have something to ask or?
Could you flip, back to the point where you were saying, where Natalie said if your life was threatened, and so we should tell someone. Can you clarify tell someone? Because are you mean like you just go around telling people?
No,
People,
no, no.
maybe
Tell
you're
someone.
in danger?
No, no. If we were talking about keeping confidences, and if someone confides in you that they're depressed and they want to talk to you, and they're not comfortable talking to someone else, first of all, encourage them to tell someone else, like their parents or a pastor or someone that they can trust. But I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Someone you can trust that
Yes, yes, and
But if they tell you that they're gonna commit suicide, then their life is in danger. So you need to find someone to help them. You take them with you and find professional help. If they communicate that with you, their life is in danger. So now it's serious. If they're not communicating that to you, it's not as serious. Keep their confidence. Don't tell people about it. And maybe try and help them and pray for them. But if you know that there's something serious going on, then yeah, find an adult to help.
People that say you're going to commit suicide don't want to commit suicide.
They're asking for help.
They're asking for help. A real person that wants to commit suicide isn't going to tell you that because that person wants to die. So if they say that, it's a private help.
But that doesn't clear up the whole issue. There are cases where people will tell people and then they'll do it. Jeremiah probably would know because he's on social media and wants to talk to people on there. People will get depressed, they will go to social media as a last resort because they're either awkward around people or something like that, and then they will try to tell people online, and that won't work out. And yet people can get to that point. So it's definitely not an easy thing, but I think what all of us need to realize too, you guys, is if somebody is coming to you, like I think Jeremiah is really trying to communicate this to us, if somebody does come to you, God is putting an event in front of you in your life, and that Jesus could communicate to you, where Elijah came in and said that the first thing you should do is pray. He's correct, because God could speak to you and he could use you. And you might not feel like you're the person for the job, and you might feel like this is the most awkward thing, I don't know what to do. But everybody in here could have an impact on somebody by just telling them a nice thing. Like I don't think any of those things you're saying are true. I think that God loves you, and I think that he has a plan for you and a purpose for you. So this is something that is a really serious subject, because what Jeremiah is saying really is true. So just remember that if somebody comes to you, it's important you really think about it and you don't just blow it off.
Wait, then how was Hitler made if God has a plan?
We can talk, if you want to talk more afterwards, let's talk about it. I can definitely answer that question with all sorts of scriptures. We'll talk about that afterwards. So it doesn't have anything to do with this one.
All right. So one more.
I was actually to guys talk about this question. If you notice,
There's time to talk about that afterwards.
You tell me too. I want to.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions before we close about this subject?
Thanks for that clarity.
All right. So before we close out, I want to say, if you need help, come talk to us, please. That's what we're here for, okay? Any one of us is totally if you need help, we want to talk to you, okay? So, okay, that's clear? Fantastic. Okay, yeah, so if you need to come talk to us afterwards, please do. And Jamie?
Okay, I want to do something before you close in prayer, Jeremiah. I want to show you guys the end of Jeremiah's life. He doesn't know it, but I know it. And it's actually, watch what it's going to do. It's going to go from down here, okay? It's going to be doing all this stuff, and then it's going to go like this.
Yeah,
okay? Okay?
Spoiler alert.
And that is the end of depression when we get there. Okay? Okay.
Oh,
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
I like
Thank you, Jamie. That was very nice.
Jamie.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and close out now. God, I thank you for this time, and I pray that everyone here has learned something, that if they need help, that they would come and talk to us or to someone else that they trust. And I pray that no one in this room would ever have to deal with this, because it's not fun. But I pray that if they do, that you would be with them and comfort them, guide them, and just be there for them. And yeah, thank you for this time. Thank you for getting me through this, because this was my first time teaching and I really was not prepared. But anyways, yeah, in Jesus' name, amen. Huh?
You had slideshows on top of slideshows and a whiteboard.
You were prepared, bro.
You were the differential.
I was not prepared emotionally.
Okay,
It's okay.
Those nuggets.
That's a legitimate
Jeremiah's
question.
done.
And Jamie, you're not like a person that's got good answers.
Yeah, but you're pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Especially if you're numbers.
Oh, wow.
I like how you made it your own by including that.
What's that?
Whose
phone is this?
It's pretty
Hi,
nice.
Caitlin.
Whose phone is this?
I'm ready to see
Whose phone is this? Someone missing a phone?
So is that phone bucket phone? Is that the one that you want?
This is just like penny. If you're supposed to be peaceful and you're letting something be in sort of non-management forever and ever, then you are not peaceful.
Do you know that the strong guy, the guy that you're talking about, the chief punishment? See, the thing is, here, let me ask you something. Yeah, but let me ask you something, because you're true about it. Because you're thinking of it. Because you're really questioning stuff, and you're really thinking about it. You question, God actually wants you to question whether so when you're thinking, the hard thing that you don't understand is that so that's also a human evolution too. Really have a connection, so you don't really so we don't take that outside of time. You really don't understand. So this is fun. God said it is for you. So like if you think that that's the worst thing, like killing people, that's the ultimate worst thing. Because people like that can't be alive, they shouldn't have a chance at salvation. That's kind of the way to think about it, right? Like people like that, but now you gotta think about something a little bit different, because you think Hitler, the things he did in the concentration camps, the things he did, and you're right. For those that means outside of time is no longer existing. Somebody in darkness, burning worms inside of you for all eternity. Would you wish that on you? You would? Okay, and that's okay. That's what's gonna happen. So that, but the thing is every person, you think Hitler is just Hitler in his body. You think Hitler is automatically when he had to make a whole bunch of choices, get into power, do different things. You can look for that too. So and you're right, God can just stick his hand there. He can stop whatever he wants, and he does, he's invisible. But that's the hard part that you're going to understand today. Not they don't understand the way it works. But the thing is that if he says he's good, in the Bible, that's why you're really supposed to be reading through that thing. Because you'll find out all sorts of stuff if you go through there, because I've read through my entire Bible quite a few times. You'll speak of Texas. If you read through the Old Testament before Jesus comes, you'll get really lost. If you read what mankind is capable of and what they do one another, and so you'll go through that, and then you'll realize, wait a minute, we created all of that because we chose sin and death. So death, what you're saying, Hitler killing people, we think that's the ultimate thing. That's not the ultimate bad thing. That's not the ultimate bad thing, because that's not what God was doing. Well, we don't think. We think that's death. Spiritual death is what we chose that too. Because remember, God said, you eat of that, if they eat of that, they're going to die. They didn't die. They didn't die that day. But they died spiritually. And Jesus has those. So we don't have to get spiritual. That's why we really do, if we're really thinking about this stuff, it's really thing, you really do have to pray to God to put your mind on this stuff. Because you can, especially in the world, and other things telling you God's bad, he can't handle things, he can't do things, you really will. You need to pray to him. You need to go and say, hey, I got questions. I don't understand.
I'm sending my stuff back.
It's a good thing. And I do the same thing. It's not you're not the only one to do it. What do you do? But he's going to come back. He's going to come back and say he's going to judge all sin. He knows everything. He created everything. Your knowledge is all of it. Well, people are already right now. There's scientists and people right now that want to use their technology. They want to do that. People are going to want to fight God. It's already crazy. Like, you have to keep running down the things that we're doing. Science is a good thing. God created us to be able to build it. But they're going to ultimately all line up against God.
First of all, you shot
You're a big person. You're an idiot. You can do a better job. But if you create one molecule, you create one thing, yeah, maybe in
And then the person gives the right to me.
So that is the big thing. That is the thing where he's got, it's like if somebody came up to me, you're on death row, right? Somebody comes up to you and say, oh, you can get off of that row. Take this ticket right here. And you say, I'm not going to touch that. The person's thinking, can I touch that ticket? But that's what you're doing spiritually when you deny that God loves you. That's what you do. You say, whoa, 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 you're bad, you're not good, you don't like me at all. You put these situations, you put these things in my life. I'm not putting you in. That's and that's what you need to get from God. All of the blood were a creature of authority to Jesus Christ, the only spotless person.
Ezra, you know what? You're doing audiobooks for my book.
And so just pray for that.
I will do that. No way. You're next. Oh yeah! You gotta let him.
Why me, Davey and I feel so
I believe it. Yes, I am. Nice, Simon. Ha! You're a jerk! Oh, yeah, we're not hungry. There's no way that's how you do it. Then you can't remember to do pepper. Go, go! Go to the right! Oh!
Oh, no, that's me.
Yes. Oh, push it. Oh, it's going in.
Thanks again for
It
coming.
did not.
It stopped. It did stop.
Ezra, what's the name?
You know, you say something.
It did stop. We tried. It's his turn.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Why are you getting involved?
So you're up to him. Please, Ezra. Go. Don't take it from me. I need him. Just don't chill, girl. You just don't chill. You do this like I know. Yes!
No, you let me in. You, not he need to leave.
You only have 2 more minutes. Yes! Oh! Okay. Yeah, these don't count. What? It's only those 2 quarters? No. Quarters. Oh. Okay. Alright, we do.
Now, ready.
No! Ezra, you gotta do the last start.
I know you don't want him.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
I'm leaving without you. Goodbye.
Yeah, right.
Sam, you do.
Use your hand. Stop that. This is so wrong. Ah.
When are you leaving? There is a little bit
Hey, hey. Elijah, play with us. Elijah, play with us. Yes. Ezra,
And get some points. Combine for point.
You can do all 4 buttons and start resets it.
no.
Oh yeah. Thank you. I forgot about that.
You got it.
Oh yeah.
No. We have to play a game of fun. Don't take it. Why can't you just Okay. Yeah. Then stay with them to play cards.
Because I think I'm gonna go live.
Hey, you need to stay here with us. Where do you live? Where do you live?
That's enough. Yeah.
Alright, so it's gonna go you, me, It's not gonna be a long one. No. We talked about you were gonna protect your family honor, and now you decide to back out. Off on 2v1.
It's not 2v1. We're going you, him, me, you. Right. It's not 2v1. That's 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 1. Oh yeah, he's playing 2.
I didn't expect the honorable 1v1. That's what you okay. Play free for all. Alright, I'm free for all.
Good. Yes!
Yeah, here. Here you go.
Go, Simon.
Alright, you're gonna do blue one. Okay. You start thinking, I don't know.
Okay.
That's okay. It's kind of fun.
Ezra. Why? I grabbed the ball. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yeah, you were like this. I didn't grab it. Yes, you did because I couldn't grab it because your hand was on it. Ezra gets the letter. Am I right, kid? Yep. Gabriel. Yep. Family honor. Yeah, he said, yeah. I mean, Ezra gets the letter. No, Ezra's supposed to go. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, yes. He got the letter.
Yeah, you can let him shoot without my permission.
Come up here, okay?
Don't stand still here.
Oh, there's Spider-Man.
Oh, wait, I'm at the game. See, I pointed that one.
I'm the other guy.
Wait, after he gets out, who's next? Is that going to be on him? It will be on him.
Yes.
Are you no serious? You literally told me. Get in the car.
Are you the back?
Right, I was literally.
And then you cross the line.
Move. Oh, she was in my way.
No, she was.
She was literally
You wouldn't have made it there anyway.
I wouldn't
You
have.
wouldn't have made it there Lord.
School tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then why did you come?
How many 200? 100?
Oh, so you're controlling the red one, right?
Yeah, 50 times 2 divided by negative 4.
I wasn't good at math.
I have no idea. That's Jamie.
Gabriel? Yeah!
You're on B right now.
See, now you know how I feel. No, not you.
Are you?
What did it say, man?
Look, get on the way. Seriously.
Leave or die.
I go on the bit. I have to help with junior high.
No, you know.
I get lots of points. At junior high.
Yes!
Your own sister cursed you, Ezra.
Oh, Ezra, why out of my way?
Because you're out.
Oh, I thought it was crude. I don't eat that.
No. I thought it was true.
Curse me. No.
Yeah, I got you. There you go. You got one.
Boy! Because you suck. You got in my way.
Oh, it's still going.
What?
Oh! Still touch, still touch. Still touch. Oh, CR. Keep being my buffer. Oh, noise.
Wait, what? What is that?
You guys see? So remember, make CR.
Yeah, you should have helped him. Like,
Come on! Ah! Alright, serious.
What was that?
Stop.
no, still going.
That was stop. It was still going. Alright, CRU. Alright, one more game. Yeah. Alright, one more game.
You can go there.
One more
You like
game.
this game? I have it too. Oh, that's not.
Who's next? Is it the same? Yeah. Very easy.
I'm sorry, failed your test. I would like to. That's for fun.
Oh, that's 11.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. Yeah, that's what I was
You missed. You can Whoa, wrong ball. That's the letter.
What? I hit it.
You got the wrong ball.
That's not a rule.
No, redo. Redo that. Redo.
Go, okay, go. Yo! Yes, sir, you better.
No, you hit the white ball.
No, the white ball should count.
Yeah, but you threw it off.
No, but like it doesn't have to.
If you throw the white ball off, you get a white ball.
Goes off the table.
No, it's only if it's the white one.
That's not really only if it's a black ball, right?
Yeah, it's the white one.
No. But we have things like this happening. That's why it's whenever a ball goes off the table, you get a letter.
Right, I know, I get it.
You get the letter.
Start it again. All right, we'll see you guys soon. Bye, you guys.
Yep, see you guys later. Thanks again, everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Dad's already downstairs, but we're gonna let you guys close up up here.
Yeah. So what's the word? So it goes unique.
Okay, so we'll see you though. Okay. Oh, where? What are you doing?
A road swing?
We're going to the Southern River. We're gonna go hang out on the road today. I don't know if you guys
Like, hopefully.
It's unique. Right?
I'll have to get a hold of you.
No, you guys just do a new game,
I
right?
mean, he didn't leave.
He left. Like, that messed everything
No,
up.
I don't care. No, I
And
don't
trying
care.
to sneak it.
This is Lily.
I'm the one that's not lying.
No. No.
So I'm trying to just
No, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. No.
We'll just keep the legs what we have.
Alright, CC, I ain't got much. So I was trying to equal it out, but you don't want to.
It's 2-on-1. We really don't.
It's 9 o'clock.
Boy. I'm not that gay. I'll let you.
Hold on, after you do it,
Yeah, we're gonna forget this. Good night, Gordon. Josh, Ezra! See, are you on game? Keep coordinating. Keep coordinating. I like this. I like this. I'm so sorry. You know, when I win this, we have to do a tiebreaker. Please. Here's the thing. You were going to try not to get me out, and I have to try to get him out. No, you can't. No. Hey, you gotta get this. It's gonna mess up. It's gonna mess up. Yes! Right! If you miss, the win! Alright. Oh my gosh. Here. Here. You can't hit that. Hey, so stand it up so I can get
This
you.
is the last one. This is the last one. Last game.
What's me? I know it's me, Ezra. No, that's my son. No, side shot.
No, that was
No, I was on the corner. Yeah, no, I was on the corner. I was like this. You went like this. No. You went like this. You kept running. You didn't turn around. That's a letter. You go so soft. You're at CR. Oh! You're up. Then I'm up. Then I get Gabe out. Then I get you out.
So this is the last game. No, this is the last game.
Please. Boy! I win you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, so you're up. You're at, no. Just give me good vibes. Give me good vibes. I need to kill him. I want to see he's on CR. I want to see he's at CR. I might win. Well, what do you mean? You're at the CR. No, I'm at the C. You're at the CR. Oh, you started out with the C, and then you got the side. No, I had the C from that. No. We started off. Remember I said you want to start it off all equal? Well, I can't take you out of the film. So you're at CR, I'm at C. Well, nice try rearranging that, but boy.
So this is the last game.
But you know, Ezra, once I win, it's the tiebreaker.
No, we're not.
That's because I won the first time. You won the first time. And you lost. And I'm going to win the second time. So we have to do a third game tiebreaker.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Woo! Game!
No, we're not.
So it's CR.
That's not. It's not. No, we're winning. Oh, but it's not.
So you won.
Yeah,
You won. That's how you play.
Send me a No, wait. Oh, yeah. Hold on. You gotta concentrate. You gotta collect himself.
That's what the last game. Last game.
CRU. If I get this in. No!
Last game. No, you can't do that. No. Oh!
Whoa, what was that?
That was a
Disorderly conduct. Disqualified.
conduct. What's a disorderly conduct?
Disorderly conduct. Do you
Say
not know what
conduct.
the word
I know what
conduct
conduct stands for. What's conduct?
Disqualified.
I won. I won.
Disqualified? Get him out of here!
No!
Get him out of
Alright,
here!
let's do a rematch.
No! I swear.
I'll
I swear
accept.
to God.
Rematch. Okay, CRU. You have to be. Alright, when we start, no letters for
The
anybody.
whole
You gotta
game.
go whole game.
We're doing something like 20 minutes?
No.
And then we gotta get to the tiebreaker.
Which is after this.
Which is after because it's such a weird treat. Yes, it's not that it's in my win.
No, I won.
You were disqualified. You won none of the games. Actually, Ezra got disqualified.
But I won.
Disorderly conduct.
Hey,
you not the fuck up.
black people get to do that.
Black so much money. Hey.
Look at that.
Alright.
Natalie, come here.
It's not very tonal.
That's not.
Just have the noise it makes.
It
Oh,
is
this.
very annoying.
You know, see how deep that is?
That's very annoying.
Maybe you don't get it so much because you're black.
Yeah, it's not very
I just
soothing.
feel like your foot.
Take it away.
You just pull it off, right? I used to have to use toenail clippers on some of the really thick stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm heading home. I'll see you guys later.
Bruh, aren't we supposed to hang out before I leave? No, I'm leaving.
I don't know. I'm pretty jam packed.
Okay.
I got school coming up.
When?
Monday.
This Monday?
Yeah.
What are you doing the weekend?
Well, I'm busy all day Saturday because I got work straight into church. And then Sunday I got church early in the morning, straight up into a leaders meeting in the afternoon. Well, I guess there might not be one because Emily and Dana had the baby, so maybe Sunday afternoon. But otherwise, I work tomorrow, I work Friday, and then I work Saturday.
Alright. So let's go. Well, I might be gone on Sunday. So, I really wanted to go to Pops with everybody.
Those things that you making ill. Maybe if I could.
Carmelo,
I don't have
seriously?
that point for another one anyway.
I'm serious.
I bought.
I'm serious. I'm
I bought
serious.
two
Somebody told me to